Welcome to yet another,
Sweaty podcast.
Sweaty couples podcast. That could be a whole different genre. I don't think we need to go quite down that avenue yet.
Give it a minute.
Sweatiness. It's a very hot. We're having a bit of a heat wave when we're recording this episode.
It's phenomenal. It's amazing.
It's amazing.
And today feels like I'm in Asia. You know, where you've had these massive storms overnight.
Oh, yeah.
And then
big storm last night down here.
35 millimetres in 25 minutes.
That's crazy.
I was told by the golf course.
I saw some flooding locally, big road,
we had
major
flooding.
road.
Yogi flooded the ground floor.
Well, yes, the dog flooded, and then the gym was a bit flooded first thing.
And lots of people I saw early this morning with very frightened kids overnight.
Yeah, big storm. I'm not a fan of a storm, I have to say.
You said it always gets rid of your headaches. If you can
I
feel
get
a
headaches
storm
before.
You're like a metronome.
I think I was a witch.
Not a metronome. A meteorologist.
Yes. Anyway.
Yeah.
Not storm, but we're talking about Starmer today. Obviously, big news out in the world is Keir Starmer has resigned from the Labour Party not from the Labour Party as Prime Minister, but I assume...
And leader of the Labour Party
Leader of the Labour Party, yeah.
As well.
Yeah.
So he stepped down.
Talk me through it, Mark.
Do you know why he's called Keir?
I do. Have you read my notes?
No.
Go on then.
Because I was intrigued to know what nationality, but it wasn't. It's named after the first Labour leader. But it makes me realise...
But his parents, so basically his parents were massive Labour followers,
it was pretty much...
supporters.
He wanted to be a politician from 15. And this goes back... We've talked about this before, is who in the younger generation actually wants to be a politician. He was a lawyer, but also I realised how little I know about the person running our country.
I don't know if this goes against, like, for me, traditionally, in our day...
Back in our day.
Well, when we were kids growing up, Labour was very staunch against anything to do with privilege and posh, and it was more working class. If his parents were such massive Labour supporters...
But he went to a grammar school. He didn't go to private school,
He went to Reigate Grammar School.
Yeah.
And then he went to... Oxford.
He went to St Edmund's Hall, same as Dilly's.
Yeah,
college.
So he went to Oxford. So, I don't know. Would you want your child to go? I suppose then it was like a step up in showing that it doesn't matter where you came from. You could still make it to Oxford.
But I think that was the argument. No one really knew what policies he stood for. Before it was quite obvious when it was Conservative right wing and Labour left wing. It was all quite. It was almost opposites. It was very easy, but now there's this kind of melee. But it's a bit like I was saying.
Everybody's gone a bit liberal in the middle.
Who was I speaking to this morning? It's like football managers. It's like back in the day you had Maggie, whether you liked her or not, but she stayed for a long time.
Yes.
Alex Ferguson stayed for a long time.
Yes.
Football managers, as soon as there's one mistake or something that people don't like, they just go.
They get rid of them.
And there was was it the head chief attorney that was talking yesterday outside Number 10? And he was saying, he wasn't blaming the media, he was very savvy, but he was just saying that as a politician now, you know, everything gets exposed. I mean, it's the new one, Fordham or whatever his name is.
As it bloody should be. They're running the country.
I know.
If you're running a big business and you do dodgy deals, that gets pulled up.
Yeah, I'm not saying dodgy deals, but, you know, something that fails... doesn't necessarily make them a bad leader.
No, they've just tried something and it hasn't worked.
As soon as something doesn't work and now they want to bring on, I don't know.
Andy Burnham.
Big rugby league fan.
From Liverpool, actually.
Yeah, Dad's got Alzheimer's. So, and then that made me also think about Boris. You know, when Boris nearly died of COVID, and you thought, well, if you worked in the NHS, that was a brilliant thing. Not that he nearly died, or he died.
Some people may think so.
But you'd think that because of experienced that firsthand, he would make a difference and help the NHS.
Make that a priority.
And that kind of, we all do it. You know, you're kind of very ill for a bit and you think, oh God, it's terrible. And then once it's over, you just forget about it. And he seemed to just move on and forget about it. You'd think with this guy's dad has Alzheimer's, which is a big thing in this country now, and there's more and more research going into it, that hopefully that will be something that he will push if he does become Labour leader. I don't know. I know F all about
But I think going back to
now.
your point of, you know, exactly what I was thinking. You hardly know who... When we were growing up as kids, it was... Obviously, there were only like 3 TV channels, so your information came from there, or from school, or from newspapers. So it was whatever you read, but it was the same people. You know, it was Margaret Thatcher, Neil Kinnock. You know, there was like these sort of big battles between like two major people, and you know, you had the raving loony party and all that sort of stuff lurking in the background. But primarily, it was always Conservative versus Labour. There was no other options, and they stayed like, you know, 10 years, or you know, they were just around a lot. And then we've had he's now I don't know, he was only there for 2 years, Starmer.
I think it's a worldwide thing. It happens in sports now. You make one mistake and you seem to be dropped.
So I saw a clip of an American, I think she's American, not Canadian, comedian called Michelle Wolf, I think her name is, and she's very funny. And she's like,
she's a comedian.
Well, you know what I mean? How some can be just really like ranty. She's actually quite mellowy, funny speaking way she speaks. And she was going, you know, I love the UK. She said, you've got it so right. You're so lucky. She said, you know, if you don't like a prime minister and what they're doing or whatever, you could just choose a new one. You just choose a new one. She said, you know, if, you know, say they're focusing on green algae on the Washington thing, or, you know, just as distractions from what they're actually doing,
right.
Or they just poo their pants all the time, or they fall asleep in big meetings.
Look up porn instead of tractors.
Choose a new one. No, she's talking about Trump, obviously.
Oh.
You can just choose a new one, because this is all the things that he's, you know, or he causes all these like things where you just try and cover up all the bad stuff you're doing. You can just choose a new one, and if you don't like them, you can just choose another one. So she was going, I think that's a great idea. Why don't we do that?
Rotate.
Yeah.
Like crop rotation. I don't know. I mean, I thought his speech at the end was very good. Obviously showed a bit of emotion when he was talking about his wife and kids. Ready to move on.
Obviously we don't know these people. We don't know what they're like behind the scenes and in big meetings.
Apparently he's a liked person. Yeah, it's just he wasn't very forthright on his policies.
And I think that's part of it. Do you know what I mean? You either have someone, you know, everybody likes, they're nice, but you've got to be fairly
narcissistic.
Well, not so much that. You've just got to be quite arrogant, slightly arrogant in your decision making, because people look at, you know, they're looking to you to lead the way and make those decisions.
Like me and this family.
I think they need to bring back Hugh Grant from Love Actually as the Prime Minister.
So he can dance.
Just because he just told America what for.
And then Martine McClutchan as his secretary.
Well,
PA.
If she wants to. But, you know, I just think it's really tricky to know what actually any of them stand for now, because, like you said, back in the day it was...
Back in the day.
Red versus blue, basically. That's how it always was.
Yeah.
And now it's like, well, I don't know what you're talking about. What? There's so many differing opinions, and they're all like merging into one. And then what happened? So I was watching yesterday, obviously, when Andy Burnham was sworn in
as Labour leader.
No, as a member of Parliament, because he's been the mayor of Greater Manchester or whatever. So he was sworn in. I felt like I was watching a Blackadder sketch. Or Monty Python. So there was lots of Monty Python references. Oh. So it's like going, I imagine like Flynn and his final year at school on their muck-up day, you know, like literally when they're all just like allowed to say what they want and behave the way they want. So he gets announced and he walks in, and then there's all these like, obviously the opposition, and it's just so ridiculous. It is like watching a Blackadder sketch. So he's walking in and they're all going, someone shouts like, you know, and Rome was saved. And what was the other ones they were shouting out? It was really funny. You know, things like, oh, he's not the Messiah, obviously from the opposition.
Okay.
And so he goes, no, he's a naughty boy. And they're just doing Monty Python stuff back and forth. And he was, you know, like taking it well and giving a bit back and everything. But it was just like they were all pissing themselves laughing and just... I don't know, yeah, you got to have fun. It's not ridiculous. But it just, you know, like we were listening to Ben Elton being interviewed, and he was chatting away about all the Blackadder stuff and all, because he wrote a lot of that and, you know, created some of the characters and stuff. It just reminds me, these are people running the country. It's quite frightening.
Who do you think is the best world leader at the moment, then? I mean, we were reading that article about the New Zealand, the ex...
Yeah, just in
the Kiwi, who was obviously in charge during COVID, who was very strict. And as you said, I wouldn't say arrogant in her decision making, but forthright. And whether you agreed with that, at least people knew what the hell she stood for.
You've got to do it with confidence. That's the thing. Be definitive. If you make a decision, back yourself and go through with it. Because if you show any little whimper of doubt, it's like the piranhas will attack. And I think that's the problem. That's what I was trying to say about, the opposition versus... It's all just jeering.
Yeah, and then it's like, well, we've taken over from how many years of a Conservative government and they've ruined it, so we're slowly turning it around.
So if someone says that, they don't go, oh, yeah, that was a really good thing they just did. Really, we would do this. Da, 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 da. Obviously, they're not going to say, because they're just bickering. There's no. I completely don't have any confidence in any of them running the country, because all they're doing is trying to snitch. They just remind me of snitchy kids at school.
Do you know what snitches get?
Stitches.
Yeah, innit?
That's what it reminds me of.
It goes back to this.
Really juvenile.
We knew one of Flynn's mates' brothers who studied politics. I don't think he studied politics at uni. He did politics for A-level. And I said to him, "Oh, would you ever think of being a politician?" He said, "Hell no." So I don't know who in the I mean, a lot of them, to be fair, they obviously are part of the Labour Party, and then they carry on their careers. Seems to be kind of normally in the legal profession. Then they step into politics full time. So it's not like who's Rees Mogg has kind of gone all the way through, hasn't he? He's just been a politician, I believe. I don't think he's. Yeah. So
that's my opinion.
It's interesting.
It's just weird. It's just a weird setup. It's just still very old-fashioned.
But don't you think it? I mean, maybe it was like this back in the day. We just were kids and didn't really understand.
Well, they probably didn't have cameras in.
The truth is, I understand nothing now.
But they probably didn't. I don't think they had cameras in Parliament like they do now.
I don't know. Couldn't have watched porn instead of tractors back then on his phone.
No. But I mean, and then you see them all half asleep.
Fair play to that bloke. He did admit it eventually and stood down. At least I know he got caught, but I mean, at least he didn't worm out of it. Just said, "Yeah, I watched a bit of porn because these blokes are so boring to listen to."
Yeah. I mean, literally not agreeing that he should watch his porn, but just the whole setup when I was watching it just seemed so hilarious. And then you've got, and it's basically I suppose it's no different to in school and or university probably when you nominate a president or whatever. You're not going to ever please everybody because that's an impossible task. But what you want to be is a bit like Keir Starmer, I suppose, was. He was liked, but not necessarily did the stuff that they were expecting him to do.
It was like within the Labour Party. They said within his term. He's been there 2 years, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Within his term, they're saying that he hasn't really made any. Maybe
do you think that social media ban thing was just like a last-ditch attempt to get some gain confidence?
I think any politician wants to be able to look back and have something that they made a difference. And I do think that's a brilliant thing. It started
something they're remembered for, maybe good or
bad.
Know,
and I don't know if now the new leader can come in and go, well, let's forget that, or if it's now been made. I don't know if it's been passed as a law. I don't know what stage that got to.
I think it has.
Because they're talking about a date.
It's all gone quiet again now. Everybody's dropped off because now obviously this has come along that he's resigning. So hopefully they might go back to it and go.
I think there was a date, wasn't it, where it was meant to be.
Well, I think they're trying to implement stuff by December of this year, 2026.
Okay, it's quite quick.
But in actual reality, for it to be working by spring 2027. So yeah, that is pretty quick. So this Andy Burnham has he's tried out to be head of the Labour Party quite a few times before.
He was a good
cricketer. So when Ed Miliband got in, he came fourth in the leader run-up. And then, I've written it down just because I can't remember.
He's younger than me. He was born in January 1970.
And then 2017, he quit Westminster. He had enough of it. And that's when he got elected as the mayor of Greater Manchester.
Apparently done a good job.
Which is why he had to be brought back in as a member of Parliament to become...
But apparently done a good job in Manchester.
He is... How old is he?
1970. He's 55 or whatever. No, he's not.
56, sorry. He's 56 and Starmer's 63. I'm going to say their ages because when women have talked about that, always talked about their ages.
Yeah, I thought Starmer was younger. I think he looks in quite good nick.
63.
And this guy's a bit younger than me. Who's the oldest serving Prime Minister? Wasn't it someone like Macmillan or something? I don't know.
Chamberlain and people like that, way back.
But yeah, I mean, that's quite a bold thing, isn't it? Calling your son after the first Labour leader, Keir. Well, I guess it's no different. I guess it's no different than someone naming it after a sports person, Ronaldo.
Margaret!
Yeah.
Just reminds me of a Little Brent sketch. Margaret! I don't know.
I feel bad that I don't know more, considering
But I don't think
this is our country.
It is our country, and we should be engaged. But because it's been so wishy-washy,
no, I think that's an excuse. I think if you're into it, it's in. We didn't vote for the local whatever just happened. I mean, we did go to the last election. I don't know. It's just like, yeah. I think there's this kind of lethargy for everyone now. They're just like,
we've lost confidence. Well, that's my point. Is we've all lost confidence with the people who are doing it. We don't feel passionate enough about anyone to follow it, and I think you should be passionate about, because none of their policies, like I said, back in the day, you were always passionate about.
When was back in the day?
Back in the day when we were kids, like the 80s. Me a year.
Which 80?
Well, I don't know, but like in the 80s.
No, which 80?
85, I don't know.
Okay, there we are, mid-80s.
Mid-80s, when you become a bit more aware. I was a teenager, you were about 25, probably back then.
I was out clubbing.
Really old.
So mature.
Yeah, we had an idea, either through your parents, probably, of what they followed. What did your parents support?
So,
sounds like a football team. Who did they support?
I believe, well, Dad was a Battersea boy. I think they were Conservative. Well, it was never. I do remember.
Mine definitely Conservative.
I used to dread
we were like
when they were young. When I was younger,
England.
when I was like 10, whatever, to 13, 16. But yeah, 10 to 13. My dad used to have dinner parties. My mum would cook, and there'd be these people come round, and I had to go down.
Generally,
and
people your parents
introduce myself. It was normally work colleagues or something.
Yeah. And
it was all very stiff. Anyway, but I'd go in, say hello, piss myself a bit, come out, and then I remember still the conversation wasn't like the banter and the ridiculous conversations I have with my friends now. The last thing we want to do with our friends is talk about anything serious. And those lot, maybe because they weren't. It was a different friendship group, but it was all about politics.
But that was networking dinner parties, probably, and golf club associates, and it's just a very different era. Yeah, I mean, I don't remember my parents doing that, but just
yours were swingers, weren't they?
No, they weren't.
Pampas grass.
More likely, your parents had pampas grass.
They did have pampas grass.
Exactly. Thank you.
And I never knew. Must ask my mum.
No, I think because my parents, obviously, I think because we were sort of where we were living was like suburbia and just very conservative, I think, and greenbelt.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, obviously,
stuff that Wimbledon. We followed. It wasn't an industrial town.
Merton, Westminster's always been conservative. Lost it briefly, but Wandsworth has always been conservative for a very long time.
Which surprises me.
Yeah, but if you look at what Wandsworth covers, it's Wimbledon.
Okay.
It's those areas. It's not just
Wandsworth Town. Because Wandsworth Town is well up now, but it didn't used to be back in the day.
But yeah. Well, everything's changed, isn't it?
Gentrified, they call it, I believe. Gentrified.
So, yeah.
I don't know. It's interesting to see what, like you say, there's always going to be people who are excited and passionate about politics.
Are there?
Oh, no, like our kids, university. Not necessarily, there are, because, of course, I mean, some of these kids go through school and you can just see that's their goal in life. And only if you study politics, that's slightly different. But I think there are definitely, it's like young farmers. They have there's young Conservatives and young, there's whole. We're just not aware of them because they're not in our network.
Wasn't there a professional sportsman who went into politics? Have we had any British sports people who've gone into politics? I'm trying to. Oh no, she was an actress.
Well, he just came along.
Yes, that's a good point.
Seb
yeah, and who was the actress who died not that long ago? She became a peer as well.
Glenda Jackson.
Yes, well remembered. Suzie. Well done.
Glenda Jackson. So I think because they become like a lot of celebrities now, will try and use their platform to.
So KSI could be Prime Minister. Eddie Hall.
Trump has been, so who knows? Yeah. To sort of voice opinions and try and get support behind issues that need a bit of highlighting. So I think that probably is how they start to become. I mean, Glenda Jackson was a massive Labour, super passionate about, and I'm sure she probably was involved in a lot of the acting, theatre world, what they called?
Equity.
Yeah, but what they call unions.
Stage. Oh,
Unions, that's the word.
Unions.
But
yes.
equity is the acting one. But like, obviously,
I knew that because I'm the talent here.
The talent.
Got new socks on as well.
Oh yes, can we all take a moment to look at Mark's socks? Because...
Went to a lovely shop which has opened pretty much the same time as the gym here in Kingston, called About the Run. 2 endurance athletes and coaches who are very nice. It's About the Run. So if you want to go to a shop that's independently run and with nice human beings,
want to support.
Independent. It's like restaurants. I want to go to independent restaurants.
There's not many though, aren't there?
Because the people that work in the chains
it's so hard to do independent restaurants now. I think it's such a hard thing.
Well, look, we went to Weybridge the other day and we were looking at the high street there.
Hospitality, yes.
And the high street now.
It's either charity shops, coffee shops, hairdressers,
nail bars,
and nail bars. That's pretty much it. And
and what's
agents.
really interesting is looking at the property. There's one property that Dad's trying to rent out, so it's empty at the moment. And you've got, before it was all about looking at the history of the business, the covenants and security you're going to get, and you'd look for someone like Boots or a bank and now it's like a nail salon first business. There's an antique shop first business. It's a gamble.
Well, it's also a quick turnover, isn't it? Because it's so hard for people to run an independent business.
Yeah.
The only and even some of the big chains are struggling because they're closing some areas because they're more successful shops or retail units are supporting.
But I went into Kingston as a grown-up with my kids.
Unsupervised shopping, the three of them.
Every shop was a self-service till. I said, what's happened to humans? I said, that's a granddad. But the high street, a couple of pikeys trying to sell perfume, can you call them? I don't know, whatever. Selling perfume and aftershave in plastic bags. That was quite funny. But the high street was rammed. It was rammed. Dunelm.
People actually buying stuff.
Yes, people going in and out of the shops, not shoplifting. Because
I would say traditionally, I mean, our kids do like going into shops. Maybe it's just me. A lot of people buy stuff online, which is why a lot of the high streets and the shops are struggling.
Struggling, yeah.
Obviously struggling with their actual units.
But you could also, the conversations you hear as well, is that people trying stuff on and go, I'll look online.
Yeah.
So they try it on and go, I like that. I'll see if I can see it cheaper online.
Yeah.
I mean, that would just, imagine if you're the
owner
of that
business. What I was trying to say was about that was...
What were you trying to say, Suzie?
Well, I was going to say, generationally...
Oh, here we go. Back in the day.
No, my mum... My mum will go... Because she's not confident shopping online. She will physically go to a shop.
Well, so when she work for Marks and Spencer.
I know, but when she speaks to me about certain things, she says, "Oh, well, I could go there. There's one of those near." I was like, "Mum, I'll just go online and get it, and then order it to you. Don't worry about it."
That's
so. What I'm saying is, her generation of going in and having to do the self-service till.
Yeah.
I see it in Sainsbury's everywhere. They struggle because if you're not comfortable doing
me buying that suit that I planned to for ages.
3 seconds.
Thank you. I would have never bought anything like that online. And I know you can return things easily now.
Yeah, but it's still a faff.
A faffage.
A faffage.
But
you rarely go shopping in a shop.
And then your reaction to all of my items was,
right.
Oh, did you want it to look like that?
2
linen shirts, short sleeve, well, you've got loads of those and you don't wear them anyway, so what's the point?
Which is the truth.
And then a green linen suit, which I wore on Saturday night. You said, well, that's nice-ish, you said.
Such a
but you won't wear it, so I wore it Saturday night. I'm going to wear it tonight.
You're going to wear it every night. So, can we just backtrack just fractionally here?
Here we go.
So, we live our lives primarily in sports kit and lycra.
Or naked.
Yeah, mostly. So, when we actually have to wear proper clothes to go somewhere...
You feel grown up, you will say.
Well, I really like the idea of dresses. I'm wearing one now, but it's stretchy lycra. I like the idea of dresses, but when I... What are you doing? But when I put them on, I just feel really like, I'd much prefer like shorts or trousers or
Do you
just...
feel like Victoria Wood in Acorn Antiques or whatever it was? No, who was Julie Walters in Acorn Antiques?
Like the woman who came with the tray. No, I don't mean like that. I just prefer, I feel more comfortable in like shorts or trousers type of thing. I think because I like to move around and
then you got to move
around.
your hands a lot.
And dresses, I feel a bit restricted and I have to like behave myself. Whereas, and the same for you, I think, when you put a proper trousers or a jacket on and a shirt, it just feels really alien to us. So that was my point. My point was you have got about 10 at least short sleeve shirts in your wardrobe.
Suzie,
And
Suzie.
every time we're going somewhere, you go, oh, I think I wear a shirt. You put it on, you go, and you end up in a t-shirt. And I do the same. I put a dress on, I go, I'm going to put my trousers and my shorts on because I feel more comfy.
Well, that's the dilemma.
So that was my point. That was my only point. Nothing to do with the lemon shirt. Not my favourite, but I haven't seen it on you.
Flynn's got it now.
I haven't seen it on you.
Flynn's over the moon.
Well, you shouldn't have given it to him. Why did you give it to him?
Because your reaction.
I haven't seen it on. You didn't try it on.
Oh, Suzie.
I said, I don't like pastel colours.
You'll look gay
Generally,
in that, you said.
I did not.
You'll look stupid.
More gay.
That doesn't
perhaps.
go with your skin tone. Give it to Flynn.
I did not say any of those things.
Yeah, but you didn't need to. Your
That's
eyes
what you
said
interpreted.
It all. No, your
from
eyes
me
said
going,
it all. You and Amber cannot hide.
But when
an
he
emotion.
brings beige or pastel-y things, I'm the same.
I'm more worried about the slick back hair.
No, that was just a brief after.
We had a little bit last
swimming.
night. Who's the footballer that's playing at the moment? Who lived next to
Damien Rice.
Yeah, he's got hair like that.
Is it Damien Rice?
No, Damien Rice is
He's
a
a singer.
Come on. Rice, Declan.
Declan, thank you, not Damien. I always call him Damien.
Yeah, well, don't, because he won't like it.
He doesn't
They
mind.
play tonight, don't they?
England. Who are we playing? Ghana.
Who aren't bad. I think
I
they've got the
say we
semis
as
of
if
Africa.
we're playing.
But it's amazing how, before the tournament started...
We've only had one match, though.
And we did play quite well, and the second half was
It was
very
Croatia who
exciting.
were good, yeah.
I don't actually think they played... Well, speaking to Sean, who is an ex-footballer,
yes.
He and Pat, who we were playing with, both love their football, were saying...
You were playing golf with, not just playing with.
Yeah, I didn't just fiddle with them.
Thank
but I did
you.
offer them both a blowjob if they made the road on the 18th. But they didn't, luckily. Well, it's a challenge at the Richmond, it's well known.
But did that incentivise them?
Yes, they went for it.
Because that's the telltale
Yeah, imagine
sign.
if they hit it backwards.
And they went, no thanks.
But it does amaze me. It happens in every major tournament. They did play well in the second half. Apparently, Croatia didn't play.
We're back
that
to
well.
football now,
back to
people.
football, not
Yeah.
blowjobs.
Yeah.
And now we're at the stage where we played really well. We could win, and you're like, just wait. But I do think there's too shy. Oh. Has got them to play without fear. And I think that's a bit like Northampton Rugby Club. They play without fear. And it goes back to the same thing as politicians, footballers, rugby players, elite sportsmen, is to do things without fear. Obviously slightly different with politics because it's less reactional.
Self-belief.
And to know that you're not going to get completely sacked or thrown out of the team if you do make a mistake, because at least you've gone for it. And I think, so there's my words of wisdom.
Well, that's what we say, self-belief, and back yourself if you feel you did the right thing.
Yeah.
In it.
Oh, my Mark Spitz.
Oh, God, he's back to this now. Sorry, people. If you have followed before, please listen in.
Well, it's because it's hot.
It's hot.
It's health related.
But is it hot everywhere, or is it just hot down here?
Down there.
Well, it's hot everywhere, but...
well, just in summer in general.
If you're in a heat wave
and
somewhere...
especially if you're air-conditioned, because it's cooler, but it does dry you out.
We have fans all over the world, you see, not just in the Royal Borough.
But yeah, electrolytes, trying to, rather than just drinking water, try and get some salts and minerals in. And it will actually, when you just drink water after a period of time, period of quantity, that doesn't make sense, you'll just end up peeing it out. But you'll get a far better absorption
rate
with an electrolyte. So have some electrolytes.
I just got water in
bit
here.
of salts and cordial, that'll do it.
So how much salt do we need?
A little bit. You don't want to taste it. Just a slight
hint. Little sprinkle.
If you don't want to buy the electrolyte tablets, which are quite cheap now, you can just put a little sprinkle of sea salt and a little blackcurrant cordial, and you.
A little bit of Ribena. That's all we had back in the day.
Hot Ribena. I used to have that as a kid.
Hot Ribena.
Oh, at night time.
Yeah. Did you? Brilliant. Did you brush your teeth after?
Doubt it. That's why I've got about 18 fillings.
I think Ribena back in the day also had about 25 spoons of sugar in it.
Oh, yeah.
Didn't it? I remember we did years ago, we did a thing where you had normal Ribena in a bottle, and then you had the carton Ribena, which is probably the worst thing for kids to drink through a straw with sweet drinks anyway.
Yes.
I think the cartons of Ribena has something like 9 or 10 teaspoons of sugar in it.
Was it? There's been a big issue with
other
endurance.
blackcurrant drinks are available.
Vimto.
So we're not just slating Ribena, slating
not
cordials.
slating it.
Well, we're saying, oi, you don't need that much sugar in your cordial.
But each country has different, like Coke and Fanta, it has different sugar amounts.
In other countries around the world it literally looks like something you could send to space.
Yeah. Why would you send it to space?
I don't know, but
Yeah,
it looks like it was an alien like
Yes.
kryptonite
Yes.
colour.
And that's been a big issue with dentistry and endurance athletes because they're all sucking on those electrolyte gels,
Energy
gels, which are obviously super high in sugar, and then because they can't carry it, they're not
and also they're not
washing it
flushing
down
it
with
down enough water.
It's very difficult.
Should they stop and brush their teeth as they go? Maybe they have those things. You remember you could buy in like service stations those little
Oh yeah.
toothbrush bowl things or whatever.
Well, you know they're doing hydration breaks at the football at the moment. Maybe they should do that in triathlons. Toothbrush.
Oh, and
time.
the kids said they got an email. Well, kids. Flynn said they obviously it's not at school because it's
your
his last
work's
week of
going at
school.
home.
Email was sent out from school. Let's put
Well
it that way,
done.
saying they're going to be allowed hydration breaks. I'm like, why are they not allowed hydration breaks?
Hydration breaks when?
In lessons.
Don't they all carry water with them?
You think
I mean, the
so?
trend, it's like bloody Love Island. Everyone you see is carrying around.
Yeah, but they're allowed to have water. Maybe they're not. I don't know. In the younger years, I think in the older years they can do what they want. But you were saying locally as well. One of our friends who's a teacher.
Yeah, they're finishing early this week, 1 o'clock rather than 3 or whatever time. I think the track is closing on Thursday, and maybe today. I mean, it's meant to get up to.
I mean, Flynn's supposed to be playing golf. Well, the golf club's not.
When's he playing golf?
Tomorrow and Thursday.
Right.
But later, but it's still like 30 degrees at like. So tomorrow's with his house, and then Thursday's with some of his rugby, Cott Hill.
Got a lesson today with Big Stu. Well, not that Big Stu, different Big Stu. Stu the golf pro. That'd be good.
What do you think he'll teach you?
Nothing.
So driving back last night, Flynn went to pick Flynn up from a friend's house. Picked up one of his mates, Jasper, as well. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
JC.
God
and we were chatting, obviously saying we drove past where you're having a golf lesson, and he plays there quite a lot because it's near where he lives. And there was a lot of obviously chat banter. They'd had a couple of beers about who would teach who what. And I said, have you had lessons? You know Stuart, the head pro there. He said, I don't need lessons. I was like, well, you give the lessons, obviously. He said, yeah. He said, even if people don't want them, I will give the lessons. So, yeah, bless him.
Nice. So, yes, I think it's all, he might just teach me to work on rhythm. Golf's about rhythm. So not changing your stroke when you get a bit
So when you have a golf lesson in a driving range, is it more about your drives, or can you do putting stuff as well? Will he teach you putting? Because you say that's more your downfall.
I mean, I played well on Friday.
Whack it miles, but your short game, as they call it. I know all the
Suzie.
terminology.
But see, for me, once we've had a couple of lessons, I'm just going to invite Stu to play at Richmond with us.
Yes, and then he can teach you exactly how to play those
balls. Also a bit of golf management.
What's golf management?
So, like, rather than always taking the driver off the tee, just because it makes you feel like you've got massive cock.
It's a penis extension, basically.
Sometimes you're like, well, what are you going to gain from hitting it an extra 50, 60 yards? Where you could play a...
Well, you're going quite a lot. You're going another 50, 60 yards.
Yeah, but then if your approach shot is like the perfect wedge in, 110, 120, rather than 80, which is a half. That's
why you need a professional caddy, don't you?
Yes.
You should take Charlie with you.
Chucky.
Caddy for you.
Chucky.
Did you see after we had this big party on Saturday night with... So it was a family of 4, and it was... Charlie's 18th, Holly's 21st. The parents both turned 50 this year, and it's also their 25th wedding anniversary. So it was a big do. It was all lovely, lots of different generational stuff all mixing together. And then Charlie, who was 18 earlier this year, is a massive... Well, he's trying to be a golf pro.
Yeah.
I don't think he slept. And he was walking at like 5:30 in the morning. Him and a friend were walking from his house to the golf club.
What, to play?
Yeah.
Good lad.
Yeah. He had actually got changed out of his tux, which was quite useful.
Well, when we arrived, he was in his tux putting, which I thought was a great photo. Amber got some good photos of that.
You know, it was his second home, basically, where the party was, at a golf club. But yeah, at 5:30 in the morning, Flynn showed me a little video of him walking along, saying, not had any sleep, but thought I'd get changed and obviously go and play golf before it got too hot again. So
exactly.
It would have taken him probably about 40 minutes to get there.
40 minutes.
At least. All right, people. Have a great week. Stay cool.
Keep hydrated. And, enjoy the footy. But don't get too excited yet.
Oh, sorry, got to backtrack slightly. The Norwegians, I saw another big clip.
You love that, don't you?
No, so they obviously played, don't know who they played last, Senegal, I think.
Right.
And the whole crowd, there's literally like 5,000 Norwegians in the crowd on 2 tiers doing their rowing. And all the players sat down in front of the goal facing them after the match. And they all did it with them, which I thought was brilliant. Obviously, the cameramen were going ballistically excited because that was just like the best
photo
shot and film clips to have. I haven't actually seen their clips. It was someone in the crowd filming the whole squad and coaches and everything all sat down. It's about 30 of them. And then
I like it, Suzie.
I like it.
They're your favourites.
Well, Norwegians, England will watch, Scotland will watch. Is Scotland still in it?
Yes.
Yes. It's
still group stage.
Group stage. Well, we were saying Nigeria, Amber's
boyfriend.
Very excited about the Nigerian goalkeeper, as is many people across the globe. They didn't qualify. We thought they were in it.
Yes, I thought they were in it.
But I think they're obviously just some qualifying stuff, but then they didn't qualify. So they're not in it, which is very disappointing for everybody involved who wanted to watch
considering some of the other teams that have qualified.
Yeah. I think there was some dodgy dealings going on in the African...
I think FIFA, what's his name, Platt got in trouble years ago, didn't he? For briberies.
In the African nations who
Qatar,
qualified and who didn't.
Qatar won it and so on. But some of these stadiums are aircon, fully covered, very clever. Fully aircon, like 22, 23 degrees.
Well, they've got a lot of money.
That's a
big
aircon
unit. These NFL
unit.
Teams.
Yes.
Billions and billions they've got of dollars.
Well, there we are.
Anyway, we're going off to earn some billions of dollars now.
Yes.
And have a good week. Stay cool.
Thank you.
Bye.
Goodbye.